Do I find everyday sobriety challenging for me, or am I in the clear? No and no. No, I do not find everyday sobriety challenging for me. Not in the least bit. And I guess I'll answer one at a time. At 38 years old, I found myself at a position that I just could not understand how I ended up in. Because I was this kid who had these goals, I had these dreams, I had these ambitions, and I was gonna be somebody.
This one's real easy.
And at 38, I found myself coming to on life support, about to walk into his 13th inpatient treatment center. I was a homeless heroin addict who wanted to kill himself on a daily basis. I just didn't want to hurt myself in the process. I was horrible at suicide because I kept waking up, and I found myself at a position in life, again, where I was so low the curb looked like a skyscraper, and I couldn't understand how I had gotten there. But on May 25th, 2015, the pain had finally become great enough. I was demoralized in just such a fashion from drugs and alcohol. I was beaten into that state of reasonableness that for the first time I walked into a treatment center with absolutely no plan. And that lack of plan has produced the best of plans. Finally turned my pain into my purpose, and I walked into that treatment center and realized that, you know what? You know what I do know is that I don't know. But clearly these people do, because they're here every time I come begging for help one more time. I became open-minded just enough to be willing to ask them for some guidance, help, and assistance. They gave it to me. I followed suit. And I've snowball affected into the position that you see me here today in. The only reason why I got to where I'm at today and my sobriety is so strong and I'm not tempted on a daily basis, or for forever for that matter, the thought of a drink or a drug does not cross my mind, is simply because I was in just so much pain that I reached my hand out and I asked for help. And I was like a sponge when they were giving me the advice in early sobriety, and they would tell me things like, if you stick to the basics, you don't have to go back to the basics. Things like feelings aren't facts. Feelings pass. There's no need to act off impulse, right? I got a sponsor. I experienced the steps. I've had that spiritual experience that directs or equates to a psychic change, which is imperative in order for us to stay sober. Because what I learned is it was really easy for me to get sober. I could just never stay sober. So I had to maintain the daily upkeeps in order to get better, to grow, to evolve. And the coolest thing happened is that now, coming up on 6 years of sobriety, I've been blessed with the ability to have such a beautiful life that I now believe that the life that I have today is so much more desirable than the thought of picking up a drink or a drug. With that being said, that takes us to the second part of the question, am I in the clear? I will never be in the clear. That does not exist for an alcoholic such as myself. I'm one of those ones that would be classified as an extreme case. But the reality is I suffer from a disease called alcoholism, not alcoholism. And I cannot stay sober on yesterday's sobriety. My sobriety has a shelf life of 24 hours. So again, they told me if you stick to the basics, you never have to return back to the basics. I wake up each day and do a few simple things along the way each day to maintain my sobriety. And if I do tomorrow what I did today, I have a pretty good shot. But it's so simple that I'll outthink myself out of it. That's what they say about this program. It's a very simple program for complicated people. So it works when I don't work it. Complex answer to a complex question. I hope you followed along, and thank you.